Hey Benson. I'm gonna do a quick water break. I'll be right back.
Okay.
Great, back. I'll have to check in on Brian sometime just to see how he's doing.
Should be busy.
Yeah, it's just been a
It's
month, right?
getting, yeah. I don't even know which company he joined. It depends. Mm.
It'd be nice if he was in the same industry, but we'll see. He didn't mention the company to us, right? Let's oh, and I'll post the link as well. Chat. Hey Daniel. Hey Jeff.
Hey,
Hey,
how are you guys?
good.
See, Zanuch was the table topics master, so we might need to have a backup in this case. Betty, good to see you.
Oh, where is she?
How are you?
Are you in
I'm
Taiwan
good.
or what?
Just
How
come
about you?
back. Just come back last night.
Oh, nice.
Wow.
Welcome back.
Thank
How
you.
how was Taiwan?
Yeah, very busy. I
Very
went to Taiwan, Malaysia.
Oh, wow.
Like busy good, right? Not like busy working.
Busy praying 2 times.
Easy play. Okay.
That's the best type of busy.
Yeah, need to go back to work.
Yeah, just now settling back with work routines.
Yeah.
Hey Sim.
Hey, sorry I'm late.
Oh, no
Oh,
worries. Oh, I'll
hey,
go send you
Oh
the
yeah,
details
no.
for my speech, just in case it would help. It's a bit weirder. Like I was thinking
Oh,
about how
that
to
weird sounds good.
I hope that's not like weird. It might be weird boring because the requirement for this speech is like describe a time when you reached a consensus with a group. And I was like, oh, I don't know how fun I can make this or Halloween themey I can make this. So
Um,
I'll probably do the Halloween themey stuff in table topics.
hmm.
Benson.
Well,
Oh, that's Benson.
why? You don't recognize me?
No, your background. I mean, your camera is pretty dark.
I'll see if I can add an effect. I'll find like a top hat or something.
Well, it's Halloween, right?
Halloween, yes. Halloween.
Oh, right. We
Man,
don't have a Halloween. This will be our Halloween theme meeting. Yeah. Let me see if I can find a background or filter too.
Yeah, I try to reduce my background. Like,
Yeah.
it's really fast. Already
What?
October.
Where did you get
better?
these? Where did you get these?
Better?
Oh, I
Choose
just don't
video
know.
filters.
Okay, I'm on
Hmm.
video.
Jeff, it's better?
Yeah,
Ah, video filters,
that's
yes.
better. Yes.
Hmm.
All right, I'm happy with this filter.
Whoa. All right.
Okay, I do the same.
Okay, let me start the meeting. It's a sergeant and I'm right. Welcome, Halloween Day, and it's really hot out there, but I like it again. So let's welcome our Toastmaster. I believe it's what Daniel, right?
Yes.
Daniel. All right, floor is yours. Let's welcome Daniel.
Thank you. Welcome to Security Speaking. And my name is Daniel. There's no guest today, so I would skip the introduction of myself. So before we proceed, let's make sure that we can turn off your cell phone and set them on the silent mode. And please, please, I wanted to let you guys kind of walk through what's the roles and agenda today. Um, so I'm trying to figure, sorry, I think that I'm trying to figure out like, what roles that people sign up for from last week. I'm the Toastmaster of the day, and then Sunny is table topic master, but he's not here. Uh, Trying to figure out like who can take over his spots. Okay, thank you. Thank you, Benson.
Mm.
I'll put you down, and then we have a speaker one, Vincent, and evaluator for Vincent is Seep, and we missing Marie, Marianne, and timer and general evaluator. So
Speaker,
there's no speaker two today, but
yes,
you want to be the speaker two?
yes.
Okay. All right. So we might also need someone to do the evaluation for Jeff. Can
Mm.
somebody do that? If not, I can
Jeff,
evaluate.
Jeff loves round robin.
Okay. Hmm. Sure. All right. Sure. And then we also need Marian and Timer. Can somebody take this role today?
Joanne.
Oh, Joanne's here.
Hey, Joanne.
Hi,
Hi,
hello.
Joanne.
John.
Oh, we're just putting filters because it's Halloween. If you're in case for
Oh,
context.
Hi, Joanne. Are you able to take a role today?
yeah, I am able to take a role.
Are you able to be the Marian and Timer?
Sure, I could do those two. Could anyone send me a link to a GIF for background for the timing?
You still
Um,
have those, Benson? Or
Yeah,
the link?
I have some. I have some. I can do that.
All right, thank you.
all right. So let's get it start. Today, the keyword of the word of the day is I believe that I sent it out yesterday is the nostalgia. Nostalgia meaning like, some like old-fashioned things bring back your memory. So try to see if you guys can use that word in your speech. So Halloween is around the corner this Friday. I don't know how everyone is planning to dressing up. I have two kids at home, so I'm helping them dressing up this Friday. One is going to be the warrior from the Minecraft game. The other one is just going to be a like monster something. It was a recycle costume from the first one. I didn't brought another one for him yet because he is still very young. And then we're gonna do the trick or treating. And my last time when I did I celebrated Halloween was back at 7, 8 years ago. I remember I went to downtown San Francisco, and then dress up like Taylor Swift with a wig and holding the apples on my hands. And this year, no dress up. Well, I haven't been dressed up for the last couple years, so it'd be fun to do something with the kids together, but probably not this year, next year. Yes, I feeling already enough for me. All right, so let's get started with the first speaker, Vincent. I haven't got the name of the speech, but Vincent, you wanna just give us that, and then floor is yours.
Yes, thank you so much, Daniel. And for the benefit of the timer, it's a 5 to 7 minute speech. It's from the Effective Coaching Pathway Level 3, and one of the requirements is that I have to give a speech about a time when I worked together as a group and we reached consensus. And the main idea is the difference between consensus and the idea of compromise is consensus. Everyone has to agree on something. But compromise, we always feel like there's some sort of sacrifice you have to make. So in this case, I'm just describing consensus. Have you ever been a part of a group where you had to make a decision together, but things didn't quite go your way? It felt nostalgic. The time back in my early experiences in Toastmasters, and we were doing a small decision where it was allowing guests to vote for being the best speaker or best table topic speaker. I thought, of course, they should vote. Everyone should have a say. But the vote went the other way, so guests wouldn't be allowed to vote. And I'll admit, I was a little petty about this. I didn't fight the decision directly, but I didn't exactly support it either. So on the days my president wasn't there, I just let it slide to say, oh yeah, guests can vote or do whatever. So I really wasn't the model of unity that day. Do not follow my example during that case. But it taught me about something important about teamwork and consensus. It's really easy to agree and follow along, especially when the decision goes your way. But real collaboration starts when it doesn't. So, have you ever felt that same thing? That moment where you really cared about something, but the group just chooses differently. You just stop there thinking, why can't they just see it my way? And it's those moments where I realize that leadership isn't really about control, but it's trying to understand the perspective, be patient, and trusting your team members in the process. So last weekend, I'm not sure if many of you knew, kind of spanned a little bit, but then not really, about the Division Humorous Speech Contest. So there were a few announcements about the group, the whole district having a humorous speech contest, and I was actually one of the organizers. But in the background, it's very hectic. So there were several leaders, there were 6 of us, and there was a tight schedule. We basically only had a month to host the contest. But last month, we were trying to figure out how to get clubs to renew. There are a few deadlines for things like submitting the club success plan. And we were also encountering struggles reaching out to certain clubs that they did not respond back to us at all. So it felt like we were juggling a lot of flaming torches. It's just that I don't know how to juggle. So it was very hectic. One thing that we did agree on was that having contest renewals in the same month didn't work out so well because we were constantly pressured to hit 2 different deadlines at once. The other thing that we tried to we realized was that we were short on judges and volunteers for the contests. It looked at that point that we might only have 2 or 3 judges per division. Some argued it wasn't by the book. Ideally, that we were supposed to have 5 to 6 judges in order to make a contest successful. Others said, let's just try to make it work. We were thinking about different ways we can combine the contests, to try to figure out how to manage time, and eventually we were able to find out a consensus. We had to bend the rules a little bit. Some people had to double up roles which weren't traditional. But instead of focusing on what we couldn't do or about following the rules verbatim, we instead focused on what's something that we can follow the spirit of instead of following rules one on one. That sometimes and what I realized from this whole experience was that it's not the technicalities that really matter. It's about the spirit of what the whole entire group is trying to achieve. In the case when I originally, back to my nostalgic days when I was a petty guy, and hopefully less pettier today, was the moment when our leaders are just trying to figure out a way to provide benefits to our members versus our guests, and trying to figure out ways to distinguish the two. In this case, for the contest, the spirit of having volunteers, a diverse amount of volunteers, was a spirit of fairness. And we just had to make sure and acknowledge that each team member was trying to judge as fairly as possible, even if we had fewer judges than usual. And I used to be the type of person that would stop at a red light in a zombie apocalypse, but I realized that rules are there to serve a purpose, not exactly be the entire purpose. In our contest, the spirit was connection, growth, and celebration. So as long as we stayed true to that spirit, any small bending of the rules or breaking of the rules wasn't going to hurt me, and it didn't matter in the long run because we were trying our best to make sure that it was just a good contest. So regardless of whether some rules or technicalities are broken, that was less important. So the next time when you're in a team where a decision doesn't exactly go your way, pause for a moment and ask yourself, what spirit are we trying to serve? What purpose did we even try to make this decision for? And you don't have to be leading a club or running a contest. It could be something at work where you're working together as a team. You don't always just have to follow rules one for one, but trying to follow the reason why we had them in the first place. When we focus on the spirit over the structure, that's when the real connection and real leadership begins. Thank you, Mr. Toastmaster.
Sorry. Thank you. It was really great speech, Vincent. I really enjoyed it. And let's give 1 minute to provide your feedback to Vincent. Joanne, can you time it, please? Thank you. One minute is up. Thanks, everyone. Let's move on to the next speakers. Jeff.
All right. Thank you very much, Mr. Toastmaster, fellow Toastmaster. was trying to come up with title and type to Daniel, but I keep changing my mind. That's how the Halloween really affected me. Now,
Sorry, Jeff. 1 second. Sorry. How long do you want your speech to be?
5 to 7 minutes.
Okay, all right. Thank you.
Thank you very much again, Joanne. You scared out of me. I saw the, man, someone talking to me. It doesn't make sense during the Halloween. So I was born in a small island north of Taiwan. And I know you guys must think Taiwan is already really small. And that tiny island, it's only probably 2-3 square miles. And we have our own Halloween. We use it's not a lunar calendar. I would say it's farmer's calendar or agricultural calendars. We have whole months about Halloween, the whole months, 28 days. You can call it soul months, evil months, or ghost months. It's between summer. And you know the calendar keeps shifting between the months. Probably June, July, August, September. But the entire month, 28 days, we will worship to the ghost, to the soul of your ancestor. And you know, the small island, we fish, we repair the boat, the ship, and someone died during the summer, you know that. So my entire childhood was living in the unstopped funeral services. Imagine here. Our funeral service is not like so modern, like in the United States. We were on the street, just build up the tent, the tent. And sometimes you have 3 tents all together. 3 families. It's not really just one family and 3 tents. It's 3 families. And sometimes you walk and turn the corner, there's another tent. And it's a blue tent. You can get anywhere from Home Depot or Lowe's, that kind of tent. And inside the tent, I want you to think about that. It's a coffin, right? And our coffin is very special. We made the human shade. And usually the family will require, keep in mind, require to cry all the time. And the technology really help. Instead of crying out loud, they crying with a speakerphone. Yes. So the entire small island, you can always overheard the special song. We call the calling soul song. Okay, calling soul and song. You can tell it's really scary as a little boy. So you don't go that corner. However, sometimes it's only 1 street in and out. So you have to cancel all your schedule. We got our own schedule. And the food, just like most of the culture around the world, any kind of services, the funeral services, the wedding, reception, whatever, the party, even the earning call between corporations, we eat. And very interesting. The smell of the food, you can feel some kind of soul. The taste of the soul just got into the food. And the food tastes like a McDonald's fried chicken. Hopefully, you're going to dislike McDonald's fried chicken. But that's not my purpose. My purpose was when McDonald's first came into Taiwan, I believe you guys heard of the city named Taipei. I say, what the? That smell like a funeral service food. What? Everybody goes there for dating, for studying, for gathering, for any kind of appointment. People stand out there, in there, waiting for friends, family to meet. It's really funny. Even I came to the United States, I eat McDonald's, but every time when I walk by McDonald's, it was a funeral service just pops in my mind. And you might think, what kind of month it just served for the days? Because there's a typhoon, there's so many incidents that happen in the development country or the far behind the development. Accident happens. In that small island, it happened all the time. And I haven't been back for probably 10 plus years. My old house still there. But I bet there's a ghost living in there. Mr. Toastmaster, back to you.
Thank you, Jeff. Your speech is really stick with of the Halloween theme. It's lead me thinking a lot of like a scary stuff. Thank you. All right, let's give like 1 minute to Jeff to provide your direct feedback through the chat. All right, time's up. Thanks. All right, let's I think that we don't have the general evaluator. I can be the general evaluator real quick today.
With the table topics, man.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, table. Sorry.
Yeah.
All right. So, yeah, table topics. Let me pass this to Benson.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, Toastmaster. So, happy Halloween, everybody. Today's word of the day today is, excuse me, nostalgia. 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 Important word. Need to speak for 3 times. Nostalgia. So I encourage everybody using that word during a speak. So today's table topic is not about Halloween, but it's about the culture you have experienced in your childhood, which might cause some nostalgia in your feeling. So, who's volunteer for the first question? If there's no volunteer, I'll pick randomly from the left to right screen. Okay, see. Joy, would you like to try first question?
Yes, I would like to try.
Okay, so your question is,
Before I go,
Mhm.
could someone time me, please?
Yeah, it's okay. Vincent will time you for 1 to 2 minutes.
I
Alright.
can keep track of the ums as well if you'd like.
Yes, please, thank you.
Okay, great. So, Joy, what's your most impressive event in your mind for your childhood? The event.
My most impressive event that I remember from my childhood, I would take the word impressive to mean maybe left an impression on me. Maybe not so much I was impressed by in a joyful way. So one of those events, or the event that I came to mind immediately, was my grandmother's funeral. My grandmother, the mother of my dad, I would say it was a really impressive event because a lot of people showed up. So we went to my hometown for the event. We live in the city. So we made a road trip down to my hometown, and it took about 4 hours, I would say, to go down there. And a lot of people came to the event. It was kind of a 3 day event. It was a celebration of life more so than a funeral. When I usually think about funerals, I think about sad, gloomy, everyone's wearing black. But this one, it was kind of like we were celebrating her birthday almost, even though she wasn't there. And that's why I feel like that event in particular was a very impressive event for me. We had masqueraders. My dad, who was supposed to be mourning his mother, was dancing. It was a very joyful event, and it left a huge impression on me. Thank you. Over to you, Benson.
Thank you. Thank you for the talk. Okay, let's choose another one. Sip. Want to do the second?
Yes.
Okay. The second question is, what can cause you feel nostalgia mostly while you remember something in your life?
Many things can cause me nostalgia. I have noticed that there are times in my life when I'll have flashbacks easily. Small things will easily remind me of a similar detail when I was a child. And I can't quite pinpoint if there's anything special about those times, whether they are times of stress or times of transition. I, I somehow don't think so. But there will be periods when that doesn't happen at all, and others when it does. But I know one thing that usually does it for me is things related with Christmas. The things that I used to enjoy about Christmas, like cards. I I love paintings. I love graphic arts. And I used to completely love the cute little Christmas cards we had in France back in the day with snow, glowing snow, and little Bambies all over. So that usually brings me back there, definitely. And also paintings that evoke the atmosphere, the kind of atmosphere I used to feel back in that climate, which I did not like. I did not like that climate. It was rainy, it was gloomy. But every so often I'll look at the painting and enjoy that feeling just because it's bringing me back there, and it will actually be a pleasant little trip. Thank you for that
Thank you.
question.
Thank you. Thank you, Sid. Okay, let's see. Betty, are you available to do the third question?
I will try.
Oh, nice background. Okay, I'll give you an easy one. So as you have been spent a couple of days in your hometown, I'll give you 1 to 2 minutes to talk about your trip back to Taiwan, and also remember to use the word of the day, nostalgia. Betty.
Thank you, tabletop masters. My nostalgia hometown, Taiwan. I like to go every year or every other years. I've been to Malaysia too because the woman chamber. That's why I went to Taiwan together because I never been to Malaysia, and then we went to the cruise from Malaysia to Singapore. And Singapore, we just go to the for few hours, went to see the line, the water for how to say it, spread the water with the line and the garden. And the Malaysia, we went to three cities. Taiwan, also, I've been to Taipei, Kaohsiung, Taichung. I went everywhere. So I spend most of the money is the transportation. I took the subway, metro, everywhere. And also, Taiwan has a railway, very high-speed railway. If you non-stop from Kaohsiung to Taiwan, it's just 1.5 hours, pretty fast. I almost fall asleep and I cannot. If I wake up, I pass the station stop, then you will miss it because too fast if you fall asleep. And I eat some good food in Taiwan too, and Malaysia have special food too. Overall, I like my travel, and I got a little bit coffee because too much I got it from maybe my sister or from. So whenever you go to overseas or other country, you need to be careful and then not to get sick. That's the most important. The health is very important too. If you have good health, you can travel everywhere. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you, Betty. I think we still have time for one more question. Let's see. Daniel, to you. Okay. So, can you tell us a story about where you celebrate your holidays in your childhood or in your background?
Sure.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Benson. One of the most unforgettable holiday that I celebrate when I was really young back in China, it was the Children's Day. Right? You have never heard about this day, but that's actually a holiday for all the kids back then. When I came to this day and I realized that there's so many days that people will celebrate for the kids to having fun, getting gift, and celebrate it like play with their friends. But back in China, that Children's Day was on the June 1st, and we always celebrate that special day with the family and with other friends from the school. Usually school will give us 1 day off, and a lot of places that they would give out free toys to kids. So I like to go different shops like the bookstores where some department store they will just hand it out the free gift to me. Sometimes I even get pocket money from my parents or from my grandparents. So that's the best day in the year that I would celebrate. Unlike in the state, we have Christmas, we have Halloween. It seems like Halloween is another day for the kids. So I really enjoyed those old nostalgia days um, back in China. Thank you. Back to you, Benson.
Thank you. Thank you, Daniel. And we both from China. I know that day. It called International Children's Day on June 1st. It called International Children's Day. And once I go here and no, nobody celebrate that date. And you make me really nostalgia when I talk about that day. Thank you, Daniel. Now I have to turn the control back to our Toastmaster Day, Daniel.
All right, thanks everyone. And thanks Benson for being very flexible. Take the role on the Toastmaster, the table topic master today. And let's introduce the general evaluator of the day, which is me again for kick off the evaluation session. So we have the general evaluator. Sorry, we have the first evaluator, Sib, to provide the feedback to Vincent.
Thank you very much, Mr. Toastmaster. Yes.
Question, how long are the evaluations? Is it 2 minutes as well?
It's 2 to 3 minutes.
Yes.
2 to 3. All right, thank you.
Thank you very much. So, Vincent, I really enjoyed your speech. You chose a topic which is a very important problem, and you clearly explained the purpose of the speech to basically share your wisdom about how to tackle that problem. I think that is a topic that is very engaging for all of us. You started by grabbing our attention with a question which we can all relate to, how to handle that situation when we need collaboration and consensus rather than I can't find the word, so I'll drop it. Your transitions were smooth, and your examples were really relevant and effective. I like the way you stress the challenges that you encountered in your recent personal experience, which we can all relate to because it is related to Toastmasters, and we've all seen the event advertised. I especially liked the fact that you use a bit of self-deprecating humor, because I think that's always a good way of lowering the defenses of whoever would identify with you with the same perspective. When you said that you are the type of person who would stop at a red light in a zombie apocalypse, I thought that was a very good use of humor. At the end, you reinforced your message and gave us a call to action. meaning to focus on the spirit rather than the structure of whatever endeavor we need to get people to form a consensus within. You had, as usual, great vocal variety, very natural, confident, and enthusiastic. And you have great articulation and pronunciation, which I thoroughly envy you. Having problems with pronunciation myself. Your eye contact was very natural. And the only thing that I think could have taken this speech to the next level would be if you could have gone maybe a little bit slower. I don't know if you had the time to do that. Maybe you could have asked for more time. I don't know, but that's really the only thing. Thank you very much, and I look forward to your next speech. Back to you, Mr. Toastmaster.
Thanks, Sid.
Thank you. Thank you, Sid.
Mr. Chen.
Who is the next evaluator for Jeff? Did we talk about that earlier? Sorry.
Yeah, we do round robin.
Okay. All right. So I guess I'm not very familiar with the round robin formattings on evaluating Jeff. So how should we start? Anyone can give me a little tips here?
Yeah, in this case, I believe what we do is we just call on anyone who has any feedback. I believe we still try to time it to 2 to 3 minutes, so each person will try to be as brief as possible and
Sure.
try not to make sure to mention anything that another person has said, just to make sure that the time is
Okay.
adequate.
All right. I guess Benson, do you wanna
Yeah, of
give
course.
a shot?
Yeah. So Jeff, I'm always enjoying your speech as usual, and I like your out of mind structure in your of your speech, but always get into some summary and conclusions. I think that's the skill set I have to learn from you. I think because you practice a lot, that's how you can get into that stage. And other than that, I sorry, I leave the next person. I don't have any improvement suggestion for you this time.
All right. So thank you, Benson. Joanne, do you wanna maybe take 1 minute, 2 minutes to provide any feedback to Jeff?
I have no notes. I wasn't aware we were doing round robin.
Okay, that's fine. That's fine.
I can start with the next one.
Vincent.
Jeff, I really liked how you used food in your speech. I always like it when speeches touch on all senses, so adding food and taste, and like it tastes like McDonald's chicken nuggets, great addition to that. I also liked how you made it similar to like a Tall Tales. I couldn't tell if it was really a real place or like is this really the practice or traditions? And it felt like a good stretch of the imagination. I know that there are specific contests tailored to it because it allows for a lot of creativity. So I really liked how there was kind of like you built a town or you built a city based off these traditions. Don't know if it's real or not. That's the fun of it. So I like that. I think one thing to elevate it even further to make it more like a tale is just give the town a name. Be like, this town that I grew up in is called this, and it's really known for this graveyard and all of that. And then you can just mention at the very end the name of the town. So like, if you ever want to visit this town, you might see if you go visit my house that ghost that's on the side or something like that, just for fun. Just to add a name to it, put a place to it to make it more of a story. Otherwise, well done for like I couldn't tell if it was real or not. So I just thought it was well described. Great job, Jeff.
Thank you, Vincent. Yeah, one thing I like to add is that Jeff, you really do a great job. So next time when I eat McDonald's, I would think about your story though. Okay. All right. So I believe that we had a great session today.
We need the American report and the timers
Yes.
report.
All right. Yes. Well, we need Marian reports and timers reports from Joanne.
I will be pasting the timers report in the chat shortly.
Sure.
Mhm.
I would like to apologize for messing up the backgrounds for the first couple speeches. I did not realize how hard it was to do timer and Amarian together. And apparently I don't know how traffic lights work. So probably why I failed my driver's test so many times. For the Amarian report, I noticed overall, I think everyone did a great job. I noticed Jeff had one so where it didn't necessarily need to be. I can't remember what the sentence was. Daniel, I noticed a couple ums. Sib, I noticed one so. I also struggle with so I probably have a couple. Betty, I noticed an issue with subject verb agreement. So I heard you say, I almost fall asleep. It should be, I almost fell asleep because you were referring to something in the past. I think that's a tense error. And then in general, I noticed people referring to or distinguishing between nostalgia and nostalgic. So nostalgic is an adjective, for example, a nostalgic situation, and nostalgia is a noun. For example, I have nostalgia for my childhood. For the Amarian report, that is all I have. Over to you, Daniel.
Thank you so much, Joanne. And I like that little tutorial teaching us how to differentiate the two words. Appreciate that. All right, so I guess that now we will need to conclude the meeting for today, and we want to take the roles for next meeting.
Well, the picture. Let's do a picture.
Okay, let's take a picture first.
Hey, Betty, are you ready?
I love the new background for this one too.
Oh yeah, this is really good, Betty. Okay, let's do it. 3, 2, 1, cheese. Got it.
All right, great.
Nice change, Joanne.
Let's take a roles for next week. Anyone wants to be the Toastmaster of the day?
Is there anyone who hasn't tried it in a while? It's not too bad. You can just ask if there's any point where you're stuck. You can just say like, "What was the next step after this?" and we'll be able to assist.
Yeah, and then I think that I feel like that it's just we gotta think about a themes and a word of the day, and then that should be pretty straightforward.
I can do the Toastmaster.
Okay, sure, thank you.
Good.
And we also need a speaker, speaker one,
I'll do one.
Benson.
I try a humor speech next time.
Okay, great. Speaker two, Sip. Okay.
Impromptu.
Evaluator one,
I can be an evaluator.
sure. And who wants to be the evaluator for Sip? Okay. I guess that we can wait. And timer and Marian.
Could double up. I think I could do one of them. I'll do timer.
Okay. Thank you, Vincent. All right. So we can fill out the roles later for evaluator two, or we can just I feel like today the format of the round robin was really well, works out really well. So if we can do that for next week, that's fine if we couldn't find a evaluator two. All right, thank you. So I'm also the Toastmaster of the day, so I'm gonna conclude adjourn the meeting. I think that today we really had a great time. Everyone's show up, and Jeff tells us a really scary stories about his childhood, from his childhood. And I also like Vincent's speech really well. So we'd like to continue the momentum for next week. All right. If we don't have any other questions, see you guys next week.
All right. See you next week,
Sign up.
everyone. Have a happy Halloween if you celebrate it.
Yes.
Bye.
Yes.
Bye.
Um,